Hey guys, I'm so excited you're joining me today because I want to talk about a question I sometimes hear or people say, and I think that I hear some designers, not here, but I can kind of tell just from the way they're talking to me, like their feelings inside their heart. And that question is, why me? Like, how could I be someone who could become a designer? I don't know why it is about the design industry in general versus like all the other industries out there. But there's this imposter syndrome that kind of permeates our our industry, where people feel like I'm not artistic enough, or I can't make beautiful enough stuff, or I don't have the technical skills, or there's all these excuses for why someone doesn't want to, or not even doesn't want to, they're scared to. There's all this fear about becoming a designer. And I just want to talk about that today. I would love for you to replace any excuses or doubts or imposter syndrome with the words, why not me? Why not me? And I think I named this episode, Why Not You? Because I'm speaking to you because why not you? I'm going to tell you this story. So when I was first starting out as a designer and I was in digital scrapbooking, that was my big break, was digital scrapbooking. And I got in with a big company and I started doing all these designs and I started making some money. And then after that, I got in with, I designed for my mind's eye. Scrapbooking was really huge. And about 6 months later, I got in with Northcott. That's who I was designing fabric for when I first started. And, I started and I always asked myself the question, why not me? Why, I'd look around and I would see other people making stuff and I felt like, if I was really comparing myself, like maybe my stuff wasn't quite as good or maybe my stuff was really different. But I thought, like, I'm a hard worker and I'm willing to have people tell me no. And I'm okay if the first round gets rejected and maybe the second round gets rejected and maybe even the third round gets rejected. But I'm never going to know unless I just try for it. Many of you have heard that for my fabric contract, I did something crazy. I wouldn't suggest this to anyone. This is like, 12 years ago? No, it's been longer than that. 13 years ago? I don't know. Anyway, when I first got it started, I literally just put together, I didn't know how to build a collection. That's why we emphasize collection building in my program. But I built a book, spiral bound it, and it was just full of random designs. Just super duper random designs. Just like I wanted to show them like my abilities. And so it was more of a portfolio of things that I could do. So I had that book and I mailed 20 of them. I just spent the money on it and I mailed them all out. And I didn't even think twice about how much money it cost me. And by the way, back then I was we had just finished school. I was we did not have any money. My husband was taking the bar. I had 2 very small kids and it was expensive. Like it was kind of like, ugh, I can't believe I just spent this money on sending all these books. But I kept asking myself the question, if it's not me, who else could it be? And so I need you to build up some confidence in yourself that what you do is so unique, that what you do is so different, that your ability to take all of your experiences and pull it into a single entity, a single style, is so different than anything else out there, that why not you? Why not you be the designer that people really want to buy things from? I love to listen to people who are talking about like how we make our unique difference in the world. And one of the things I was listening to was talking about how not only your experiences, but all of your skills, like all of those things combined. When you combine all those together, everything that you do is really different than anybody else out there. Like what you actually do is so phenomenal. So good, so different, so unique. I even think about my own program. Well, I'll have someone who is, I'm thinking of Carla, is a nurse. And she brings that to the table. And then she's like a big into cruising. And so like she brings that to the table. And then she has her own kind of unique style. Like it's very clean, and she just does like I was noticing the last thing I'd seen from her, just like really clean fonts and serifs. Like she has a look, and she brings that to the table. And she brings those all together, and her shop is unique. Her shop is different than anybody else's. And that's what makes every single designer a little bit different, and why so many people want and come to your designs and want to purchase your designs. So if you can take all the things that you're good at and really remind yourself of how good you are. And maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you're a brand new designer. Doesn't matter. You need to start feeding yourself, why not me? Because you're bringing all kinds of things, right? Racial perspective, ethnicity, religion. I don't care what it is. You're unique. And that's important. And everybody needs to hear it, see it, and be a part of it. And the way we do that as designers is we give out that style in whatever media or form that we want to. I think that's actually really important. It's a great way for us to show our diversity as human beings and our diversity as designers. I was talking a little earlier today to one of my designers, and I think it is very astounding as our program has grown, as I see Design Suite members all doing different things, that each of them come with this package of things that they're doing, these unique things, and not a single one of my designers, and we have lots of them, are doing the same thing, not even close. Even if they're in the same category, it's not the same style. And I am seeing this over and over and over again. This is why I want to broach this subject with you on the podcast and on YouTube, is I'm seeing over and over again that the designers who are winning are the ones who believe in themselves. And they say to themselves, why not me? Why not me? Because otherwise it appears to me that there's a ton of self-sabotage. There's like insecurity, there's disbelief that you can do it. And the more you can tell yourself how much you're winning, and be honest with yourself, think about what happened today. Did you learn something new in Illustrator? Did you learn something new on Procreate? Did you design something new that you never thought you could in the programs? Did you put up a listing? All of these little tiny wins are things that reinforce what we're doing and how good we are at it. And the more that we dig into how unique, how special, how important our style is, the better it is. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope for some of you might need to listen to this a couple of times. I'm good with that because I want your confidence level to rise. I want you to rise to the occasion. And I know you can. Because you do, you bring something special and different to the table. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. If you're on the YouTube channel, I would love for you to subscribe. We are trying to grow this channel and get more people to really dig into their inner creative. And if you're on the podcast, I would so appreciate a review. It gets the word out and it lets people know how important what they're trying to do is. Sometimes people get competitive and they don't want to share information. My hope is that you're not like that and that you're sharing this information with anyone you know who's super creative, anyone you know who wants to be an artist. And for some of you, that's your kids. For some of you, it's your parents. And take that and give it to those people to help them learn more about what they can do to really change their lives into a super creative and fulfilling one. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.